Hello there, this is Lee Thurburn, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of Live Stream Lee, where we talk about business and we help you understand things that are going to basically help you grow your business faster, help you become more profitable. I like to say you're going to retire richer and sooner and have more time on your hands in the meantime. Now, we talk about a variety of things, including I did about 3 months worth of episodes on basically business efficiency and marketing and just a whole slew of things around strategy and how to help you think about growing your business faster. The last 3 weeks, we started a project related to cell phone app technology. And the reason that we're doing this is because there is a revolution going on with cell phone app technology, and it's called no-code development. There are tools that have evolved in the last couple of years that allow people that are not programmers, like me, I'm not a programmer, allow people that are not programmers to be able to create software by simply modeling out the workflow. Now, I say simply modeling out the workflow. It actually turns out to be a little bit more complicated than that. And so what I'm doing for the last 3 weeks, and I'm continuing to do, is I'm showing you how to build a cell phone app. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want you to understand the revolution that's gone on and why you should no longer be willing to pay $15,000, $20,000, $50,000 for cell phone apps. So what we're doing is we're building live online. I'm showing you step by step as I go through this process what it takes to build a multi-vendor marketplace app. Now, this is a complex app. This is not a beginner app. This is a complex app that basically allows you to be your own Etsy, your own Amazon in a sense. Now, you can, unlike Amazon, you're not going to be collecting payments and handling fulfillment, but it's more like Etsy where you create a marketplace and you let vendors sign up with you. You could charge them a fee or not if you want to, but when they make a sale directly to the customer, so you have a customer and a vendor that connect directly, you take a piece out in the middle for making that transaction happen. I mean, you're doing the marketing to get people to come, customers to come and shop at your marketplace. And you're doing the marketing to get people to come and sign up as vendors. So you create the marketplace where it all happens. And for facilitating this, you get to take a commission, 10, 15, 20%, 5%, whatever you want to. There's a whole variety of models that you can put in place. And in fact, you have the flexibility to be able to customize each vendor relationship so that one vendor you might take out 10%, and another vendor you might take out 5% plus $1 or whatever. You have control over that. We haven't gotten to that point yet. But what I want you to understand is that having this kind of software development capability within your hands allows you to dramatically lower the cost of a cell phone app for your business. So that's what this is all about. So I want to introduce you to somebody. This is a person that I am a big fan of, quite honestly. His name is Bob Hurt. And Bob, let me scoot over here a little bit. Let me turn this off. Look at the mannequin in the background with that beautiful blue t-shirt on and the logo in the corner. Now, it's a little bit far away, but what I want you to know is if you have ever wanted to get custom branded apparel for your business, go to livestreamlee.com, click on the Bob Hurt button and get in touch with Bob Hurt. Bob is a professional in this space. He's been doing this for over 50 years, literally over 50 years. And there's nobody you're going to ever come across that's going to get you a better price and a better quality product and a better decoration, whether it's embroidery or screen printing or sublimation or vinyl lettering, or there's all kinds of choices out there. Bob's going to be your guy. He's going to take care of you, get you a great price, get you a great product. You're going to be super happy. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, that's the guy you ought to talk to. You ought to also go to apricotrocket.com and create an account on our CRM marketing system. It's really much more than a CRM. It's actually a full suite marketing system. And if you actually become a client, we offer a free service, but if you actually become a client, you get a cell phone app with your account. You get a cell phone app for your business, and you get to have it customized for your business. And it's incredibly, basically, it's an incredible deal. It is such a good deal that, quite honestly, I think a lot of people like, how can you do that? You can't possibly be providing a good quality product or service at that incredibly low price. And that's just not true. You actually can. And it's because of the new technology that is available out there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over now. I actually need to, I'm going to close something. I'm going to open and share my screen, and I'm going to open the demo. Now, this is what we have been. I'm just going to pop over and make sure. Yep. So this is what we've been working on for the last 3 weeks. Now, I recently rearranged things. This is the multi-vendor marketplace app. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit, sort of click by click. And here's what's going on. These four screens right here are where you log in. These two screens up here are profile screens for the person that is logged in. This row is where you add vendors. When you select to be a vendor, you add vendors. This row is where you add products. This row is where you take products from the product list and you put them in a cart and you check out. Now, what we have been working on most recently, as of yesterday when we ran out of time, what we've been working on is the checkout process. So I'm going to show you what we're going to work on today. I'm going to click the preview button, and now I'm going to go ahead and jump in. I'm going to click on the profile link at the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and just click on one of the icons, and I want you to see this. Okay, so we have two products in the cart. We've got a BMW X50. We've got a Toyota Land Cruiser. The BMW is $1.25. The Land Cruiser is $1.67. We have one each. We actually have a quantity of really basically one each. Now it shows a quantity of two here. So if I notch that down to one, there we go. Now actually it showed two of those. So you see our price is $2.92. So it's 1 times $1.25. So a total of $1.25 plus $1.67 is $2.92. Sales tax 24 cents. $3.16 subtotal with sales tax. Now we're going to click here and we're going to select local delivery. Just go ahead and re-input local delivery, which is $5. That's going to add $5, and there's the problem. It's supposed to be $8.16, $3.16 plus 5, but we've got a little problem right here. So we're going to go ahead and fix that. That's going to be what we're going to start off with. And here's the page. This is the amount to pay. This is the field right here. So if I click on that and I click on custom formula, we've got a problem in our formula that we need to figure out what that problem is. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got a sum. Okay, so you should have kind of been following along by now. So I'm not going to go in and explain everything, but I'm going to click on this, this chip, this red chip, for the sum order item. And so this is the current order item, orders, order items, order item, total price sum. So this is the sum of the total price of the order items. Now, the next is a times the U.S. state tax sales rate. Okay, so that gives us that. Then we have the shipping rate, and then we have the sum order items total price. Okay, so I'm going to click sum order item total price. That's okay, so we're going to just come down here. We're going to look at this sum order item total price. That's the same thing. So quite honestly, I'm not 100% certain why it's not showing the correct amount, because we've got the multiply of the sum of the order items total price times the sales tax. So that gives us the total sales tax, plus the shipping rate, plus the sum of the total order items. Okay, so what have we got? What have we messed up here? Well, let's go look over here at our sum. And this is a sum order item total price, all order items, order item total price sum. Okay, so that's a little different than what we have here. So let's see if we can, I'm just going to go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and just delete these things. Okay, so I'm just going to delete everything. We're going to go ahead and build it from scratch. Okay, and so again, I want to use the same sum that I have here, which is all order item total price sum. Okay, so that's the chip we want to use. Okay, so all order items total price. Well, let's see, order item total price sum. Okay, so for whatever reason, we can't quite get the same thing. Maybe we just need to calculate this again. Sometimes you do. So I'm going to, if you've been watching, you know that sometimes the functions don't really show up. So I'm going to click now. We're going to multiply this times the logged in user state sales tax rate. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now I'm going to put my cursor behind, so those two become an operation with a value. Now plus, we're going to go ahead and add the current total order item total price sum, and then we're going to put our cursor at the end, and we're going to plus the shipping rate. So I need to go ahead and click here again, and we're going to get the, let's see, order item shipping. Here we go, ship rate. All right, so this should give us the value that we want. And so it's probably going to do so correctly now that we've reinserted the values. So let's go check and see if that is going to be the case. Sometimes when you change something that leads up to and then you don't refresh, you have to refresh and reinsert the values. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and click here, and we still have the same 316, so let's choose a shipping option, and we'll just choose local delivery. We'll come back over here, and did it work? It didn't work. Local delivery, so we still have a problem in this amount to pay field. All right, so not quite sure why we have a problem. So let's click here, shipping option, ship operate, current order item, shipping option, ship operate. Okay, so why am I not able to get, so this, if I click on this one, custom formula, logged in user, all order items. Okay, so you know what I'm going to try? I'm going to get rid of this value. I'm going to take this subtotal and I'm going to just copy it, and I'm going to move it down, see if we can't kind of play with the system here. So let's click on this and let's scroll down. So really the only thing we need to do is we need to add another some of the order items. Well, actually we need to add the shipping rate. So if I just put my cursor right here at the end and I do plus, and now let's go to the magic text, and we're going to go to current order item shipping option rate. Okay, now let's see if that gives us the value that we're looking for. Okay, so now let's click preview and just go through this process again. All right, click. And now, oh, there we go. 316 plus 5 leaves us 816. Okay, so what did we just learn? Well, what we just learned is you have to play around with this a little bit sometimes to get everything to work exactly the way that it's supposed to. Now, notice that the local delivery shows a 5 without the, so we didn't set the currency, the value of this number as a currency value, so it shows 5 instead of 5.00. So let's go ahead and fix that while we're here. So the shipping option rate, if we click on this, currency, 5, it does show currency. So why does it not show the actual 5.00? Well, I don't know. We're just going to try this again. You know, what we could do is we could just delete it and reinsert it. So let's try that. Current order item product. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I clicked on the wrong thing. Current order item shipping, shipping rate. Now let's click and change the default to currency. Now let's go look at it and see if in fact we get the same value. We should get 5.00. This hopefully will work, and then we'll see that again it's just a little glitch in the way that the dollar works. So now let's go look at this, and now we need to go ahead and choose the shipping rate option again. Let's pop it in and see here what happens. And there you go. There's the decimals. Okay, so again, there are little sort of idiosyncrasies of how a dollar works, but now that we've got this set up, if we leave it alone and don't mess with it anymore, it'll stay correct. However, we're gonna mess with it. We're not done developing the checkout process and the calculations, but what we do now have is we have things working the way that we want to, so we can go on and do some other stuff before we kind of mess with the math process. Okay, so what we have here is we have a cart. We've got two items in the cart. We've got sales tax, and we've got shipping, and we've got an amount. So what I've done is I've put a button in for Pay Now, actually to bypass the actual checkout process. That's just kind of a nuisance, having to put in credit cards and deal with all that. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Pay Now. Now, what I'm going to do is when I click Pay Now, it's going to carry out the same processes that it would after you actually get a confirmation of payment. So I click Pay Now, and it's now going to take us over to the profile page for the person that did the checkout, Tommy T. Thomas. And you see profile information there, and then you see the two vehicles that were just, well, actually, you see the BMW X50 and you see a previous Toyota Land Cruiser. So if I click on the BMW X50, it's going to show us, well, it actually shows us the Land Cruiser and the BMW X50. So what this is telling me is we actually have a little bit of a break in what we really want to do. What we really want to do is we want this page here to show us orders, and then we want to be able to click on an order, and we want to be able to go see the detail. But what it's showing us is both items that we've purchased. So we need to look at the process now of how are we collecting information for historical purposes and showing that information. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this off. And I just want you to see behind this Pay Now button, we actually, when you click the Pay Now button, we do two things. We create an order and we link to the profile page. Behind the credit card, when we clicked the Submit button, you also created an order and you linked to the profile page. So the detail when you create an order is you come down here and you're dealing with the collection orders. That's kind of pre-programmed into this system. This is what's happening. And you give the order a name. So we're giving the order a name, which is going to be unique. The unique name is going to be unique because it's got the person making the purchase, their full name, followed by the current date and time of the purchase, followed by the total price of the order. And so this then becomes the current order item, and the current order item is basically the detail that went into this, to this. So order item, let's see if what we click here, current order item, yep, current order item, that's it. Okay, so I'm just gonna click done. Now, where do we go? We go to the profile page. And so the profile page is up here. So we're gonna zoom in up here. And this is where the data comes into. So if I click in this list box area, this is a list of the order items for the logged in user. It's the order items for the logged in user. Okay, what we really actually want are the orders. So let's do this. Let's change this to the orders. And so this will be all orders, logged in user, order items, all orders, logged in user, order items. Okay, so we may have to play around with this a little bit. So first, let's just go ahead and do that. Now, let's go to preview and let's click on our profile and see what we've got. Okay, so when we click on the profile, look here, we don't actually have any detail for the order. Now, if I click on where the order is, it takes us to the cart where it shows us the detail of the order. All right, so it's kind of taking us back upstream. Well, let's look at what we have in the way of links. Okay, so here I've got a list of orders, but I have detail for order item. Okay, so that's actually not exactly what we want. And when I click on it, it takes me to order items. That's also not exactly what we want. What we want is an order history page. So let's go click here and change our link to see if we have a page for order history. I've got order items, order success, I've got orders. Well, orders is actually our order history page. So let's go, we're going to zoom out, we're going to come down here to the row where we have orders. And here is our orders page. And so what we want to do is we want to transfer the order items from the orders list to the orders page so that this actually shows us the detail of an order. Okay, so we're going to first, we're going to come up here to the profile page, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom over to the left and come down. And here's the profile page that we were just at. And again, I want to zoom over a little bit. So what we want to do is we want to change the internal data structure and not the data structure, but the field name. So this isn't an order item name. This is an order name. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert current order, order name. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and move that up. And then we're going to make this current order order date. So current order created date. And so we're going to go ahead and move that up. And let's go ahead and add one more. And let's go, let's add the total of the order. Okay, so we're going to do current order. Let's see, order item total price. Okay, we're going to see if that actually gives us what we want. Actually, that's the order items. So we need to go down to orders, order items, order item total price sum. So that's the sum of all the order items from that order. We may have to play around with this a little bit to make sure that we actually have the right thing. I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to move that up just a hair. I want to actually just kind of make this spacing. Yeah, I guess that looks okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. And now what we're going to do, let's go ahead and zoom back in. What we're going to do is we're going to change this link from the order. In other words, our destination is not the order items page, but it's going to be linked to the orders page. Okay, and it's going to send the current order to the orders page. Okay, so let's go with done. All right, so now let's just test what we've done so far. So I'm going to click preview. And I'm going to go to my profile page. And look here, Tommy T. Thomas a few seconds ago, $1.70. That's the order item name. This tells us when it was done 7 minutes ago. There is no picture of the order item because the order itself doesn't have a graphic associated with the order. So we can actually come back and we can get rid of that. So let's do this. So we're going to zoom back in here. We're going to get rid of this graphic because we don't really need it. We're going to take the space for the order item name. We're going to move it over. The created date, we're going to move it over. And the sum, we're going to move it over. Let's get the created date. And what I want to do is I'm going to put, that didn't give us the correct amount. Okay, so that's the sum of the order items What we probably actually need is something else. So order total, and then we're going to insert current order. Okay, we don't have a total for the current order because we didn't pass a total to that. Okay, so we're going to fix that too. So we've got to create a date. Let's go ahead now and look and see what we've got here. Oh, before we do that, let's go back. Let's go to our orders page where we created the order. So I'm going to click on the pay now, and I'm going to come down to where we create the order. I'm going to open the order creation section, and we've got an order name. But you know what? We don't have an order total paid. So let's go to our database and let's come down here to orders and let's look at what we got. So we got an order name and then we got an order item. So let's add a number and we're going to call this order total paid. Order total paid. I like to keep these things tight for space purposes, so I'm going to just do that. So now we've added a data field for order total paid. So now we can come back over to this pay now button, and we can come here to orders, and here we go, orders total paid. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to insert into orders total paid the same exact formula that we had previously. We're going to do the current order item. Let's see here. Orders, order items, order item total sum. And then we're going to put our cursor. We're going to do times. Then we're going to insert the logged in user U.S. state sales tax rate plus. And we're going to do the current order item, orders. We're going to do order items total price sum. And then we're going to do plus. And we're going to use the magic text. And we're going to come down here, current order item, shipping rate. So we're going to insert all of that into the total. So now we've got done. Now, we're probably going to have to do this again to actually see it because we created one without that total. But what we can do is we can sort of cheat. We know what the dollar total was. The dollar total was, what it was, at $8.13. And so if we come over to the database and we go into the records for the orders, here's the okay, so 11 minutes ago, here's what we just bought, to order item 11 minutes ago. So we're going to click here. Total order paid, $8.13. We're just going to manually insert the amount. We're going to click done. We're going to preview. And now we're going to go to our profile. And here we go. We've got Tommy T. Thomas a few seconds ago. And that's just going to, and it shows the $11. It shows the wrong value. But if I click on this, this will take us back over here, and it shows us, there you go. This is actually great. This is exactly the detail that we wanted to see. But it doesn't show us everything yet. It does show us the two items that were in the order. It doesn't show us anything about the dates or the sales tax or the shipping or anything like that. So we still have to add all of that stuff in. But what we've successfully done today is we have successfully built an order history process, and where we can now start attaching a history of our orders to our clients. But you know what we still need to do? We need to have an order history for our vendors so they can see what they've sold and who they've sold to. We need to track shipping. I mean, there's a tremendous amount that we still need to build into this, but we've actually brought the app, I think, a pretty significant ways towards completion at this point. So hopefully you're enjoying this. I know I'm having a gas, just a lot of fun. So we're going to go ahead and call this one over. We're basically at 30 minutes. I want to thank you for, I'll go ahead and just remove that. I want to thank you for tuning in again today. Now, tomorrow, we're going to continue the process, and we're just going to continue to build it out so that you can see how you do this. So we're going to have all kinds of great stuff coming up. We're going to have taxable, items versus non-taxable items. We're going to have virtual items versus items that, in other words, items that have shipping costs and items that don't have shipping costs. We've got a lot of things to be able to build into this to make it a really functional app. So we got a lot yet to do. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in today.